Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful decorations with quotes from the sermon of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, welcoming the month of Ramadan. I started with a piece of A4 card and using a small plate and then a medium plate, drew out a crescent moon shape. I cut out the shape and then, using a ruler, marked out 6 squares that measured 7 centimeters. You can make bigger or smaller squares, just make sure that you have an even number, as it takes 2 squares of the same size to make each star. To turn the squares into 8 pointed stars, I took one of the squares, added some double-sided tape, and stuck another square over the top after rotating it 45 degrees. I then took a metallic Sharpie and used a ruler to draw the outlines of the squares on each star. I also outlined the crescent shape. I then wrote out quotes from the sermon of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on each of the shapes using a black drawing pen. This one has a 0.5 size nib. On the crescent, I wrote, "O people, the month of Allah with blessings, mercy and forgiveness has come to you." On the first star I wrote, "A month which is the best month amongst all months before Allah." On the next star I wrote, "Your breathing equals praise, and your sleeping equals worship." And on the last star I wrote, "The doors of paradise are open, the doors of hell are closed." I filled each of the letters in using coloured markers in pink, green, orange and blue. I then stuck some ribbon on the back of each shape using some double-sided tape. I had cut the ribbon into 40 centimeter lengths, and so each loop was around 20 centimeters long. You can make the ribbon longer or shorter, depending on where you want to hang the decorations. I then took lots of different coloured paper and started cutting out strips roughly 1 centimeter thick. You can use scissors or a paper trimmer if you have one. I took one of the stars, covered it with double-sided tape, and then started sticking strips of the paper to it, making sure that the star was fully covered. I made sure the paper was stuck on, and then turned it over and started cutting away all of the excess paper around the star. I decorated it by drawing lines in a metallic gold pen, and then stuck on some adhesive gems. I also drew on some stars in different colours on the side with the quote. I repeated for the other stars, and then added some glue to the crescent, and once again started sticking on the different coloured paper strips. I also added the gold highlights and adhesive gems to the crescent. And here we have our welcome Ramadan decorations, with quotes from the sermon of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, reminding us of the unique blessings of this holy month. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the ability to make the most of the blessings and opportunities of the month of Ramadan and become closer to Him through our efforts. Ameen. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.